Hero and Amin Thompson locking up. Oh my goodness.
Gets thrown to the floor. Here come both benches. And now frustration's boiling over. And both teams red hot. Amin Thompson and Tyler Hero went after one another.
Locked up.
And Ime Udoka was just ejected. I think Ben Sullivan, Rockets' lead assistant coach, may have been ejected. I've never seen this.
I mean, we've seen a whole lot more from the Rockets to be ejected. And
Ime and Ben Sullivan are now going to join Fred VanVleet.
This altercation will be reviewed as per rule.
Ben Sullivan and Ime Udoka.
Players leave the bench or go over. Jeff Green standing.
Another angle. Threw him down. Jokic. Rozier coming in there. There's Highsmith.
I think Highsmith and Şengün, they're pulling people out of there. And I think Jalen Green went to jump on Rozier to keep him from Amin Thompson, who was on the floor at that point.
And then ultimately, after all of that, both Ime Udoka and Ben Sullivan were
breaking is Scott and Cooper. Here's Scott. And he's taken down by Malone.
Don't worry about it. Byron, just go to the foul line. Don't say anything to Mr. Malone.
He's a tough kid. He grew up not far from the Forum. It wasn't an easy place to grow up.
Backup for John Stockton throughout the series as Karl Malone is fouled by Rambis and Chambers. And Malone and Rambis having words. One thing Cotton Fitzsimmons says he likes about Kurt Rambis is that he willingly gives his body up.
Well, part of that philosophy is make the Phoenix Suns spend energy moving their feet on defense rather than offense.
And Joe Crawford signals an offensive foul on Karl Malone, and we've also got a timeout.
Juggler.
Bobby Jones knocks the ball away from Robinson, who answers with a jumper. Cliff Robinson, 19 points. And Rulin has to be separated from Clement Johnson.
Better watch out there, Jeff. That might be an iceberg.
Tries a three-point shot, and Cliff Robinson fighting inside. Knocked away. Catlett is fouled. Why was Roundfield trying a three-pointer at that juncture? I have no idea.
Your guess is good as mine, but it was way off the mark. Robinson picks it off, was short. He misses the inside shot, but now you're going to see what develops on that rebound. He gets caught underneath Cliff Robinson, doesn't have the ball, tries the fanciest of moves, and there's Catlett swinging an elbow, and Robinson saying, you can't do that.
Catlett is holding on to his right elbow as Robinson goes to the bench with 4 fouls with his 25 points.
Now watch Charles getting the position before the shot's taken. McHale tried to box him out, but that great quickness. He has that size, but his quickness is the big thing.
Robinson takes it away from McHale, and the ball is thrown away, and Barkley goes, oh boy.
He's out in the parking lot.
How's that for agility?
Lakers rebound on the move. And it's Scott who is knocked down as Perkins comes to him aggressively. Scott quickly gets up. The Lakers objecting to Perkins' defensive effort. We'll take another look and check it out.
And you see that Perkins just about gets there in time, but boy, he makes a hard foul around the head. And Scott went down with his feet. Could have gotten seriously hurt that time. Somebody went for the ball, and Perkins now is really in a position where he creates a real tough foul on Scott. And Scott just had no control whatsoever. Those are the most difficult things to be involved in. And particularly when you're a guy like Scott hitting the ground. And that
Ewing, with the shot clock running down. Oh, Rodman and Williams having words and bumping each other as they head down court, and a double technical call or double foul. Let's see. Oh, they were pumping each other pretty good. Apparently a double foul.
Two tough rebounders in there going at it, and then the talking on both parts, and the arm swinging and pushing.
Guard and Kenosha native Nick Van Exel won't play for the rest of the regular season. That's his punishment for shoving referee Ron Garrettson in last night's game at Denver. Van Exel has been suspended for 7 games and fined a record $25,000. In all, it'll cost Van Exel $187,000.
It just sends a bad message, you know, it's bad. And I want him to know that. You just don't do it. It's a respect that you've got to have for the referee.
Maurice Lucas, acquired on waivers, brought leadership and his patented enforcer attitude.
Evan Johnson, and no whistle. The Suns for years have been considered...
Series up to this point, they want to pay special attention to him. Well, already, as Patrick Ewing is hit with a technical foul for having a little bit too much to say. And I think it goes back to when we mentioned Pat Riley was upset when there was no call against Ewing on the low post possession that he had. Ewing was also called for that last foul, although he took a good shot from Cartwright. Get there to keep Cartwright out of the post. Cartwright runs right into him. Ewing felt it should have been a foul on that court. Ewing rebounded by Pippen. Paxson has a 3-on-2. Pitched out to Pippen. Look out. Nick Pivetta with the foul called against the Knicks. It's called on Rivers, his second. The Knicks are over the foul limit, so once again the Bulls to the line. Well, Rivers realizes that there are numbers against them, so he tries to take the foul out in front there before Chicago has a chance to convert. A few moments ago, I said Michael Jordan was mad because he had set the screen, and Mason, trying to stay with his man Grant, tried to send a message to Michael Jordan. Don't screen me from the backside where I can't see you, or else you're going to receive. Ewing, Oakley and Smith up front. And a foul is called, and Jordan is upset. He claims he was kneed. Jordan picks up his second. Michael Jordan takes pride in his defense. He feels that time that the leg by Ewing stuck out there prevented him from getting over the top of that screen. He doesn't like the fact that Ewing... Shot clock at 2. Williams is fouled by Ewing. And Scott Williams shaken up. The message was clear. No easy baskets. The patience of Pippen at the end, knowing the clock was running down, still has time to dump it off. Ewing not going to let Williams get the easy score. That's 4.
Fosterem, jak sobie poradzi. No, na siłę nie ma szans Foster. I kolejna prowokacja.
It's ricocheting off.
Rivers and Starks back into the backcourt for New York now.
Oh, boy. Stark just ran right into a wall of white shirts. Keep an eye on Starks now as he steps into this group here now. Now watch what happens. I would say Davis and Thompson said hello.
And now Doc Rivers talking to John Starks. John Starks has become famous or infamous, if you're a Knicks fan, for losing.
Oh, Pressey up top here is right. Pressey got about Darrell Griffin. Jeff Malone rests here to start the fourth quarter. Deshaun Elliott to the left corner to Strickland. Strickland left to right in the paint. Stock knocks it away. Strickland gets it back. Stolen by Bailey. Down court Stockton. Chased by Sidney Green, and Stock waits for the foul. Now that could be a breakaway flagrant foul.
No question, he was fouled from behind, and it was the way he fouled him. So I'm sure, I'm positive this will be what you would call a breakaway, not a breakaway foul, a flagrant foul.
Stockton very wise. Possession. We'll shoot 2 and get possession. No good. Rebound knocked down. Carl's got it. The mailman got slapped in the eye. We got a timeout. 20 seconds. Hopefully he's all right.
And David Robinson was the one that hit Karl Malone in the face. Karl Malone is on the floor, and I tell you, the way he's moving his legs, it just might be David Robinson right here. Boy, he just reaches like he wants to punch the basketball, and his finger went straight into Karl Malone's eye.
Sparky, the Jazz trainer, out working over him. Got a mailman holding his forehead. 4 minutes and 17 seconds left of the game.
Barkley. Another three-point attempt with 20 seconds remaining in the first quarter. The Rockets up 31-21, and looks like Cassell and Ainge got involved. Cassell pointing at Ainge, Ainge walking towards him, and double technicals have been called by Bill Oates. So the battle continues. Danny Ainge and the rookie Sam Cassell having words. Double technical on Ainge and Cassell. And Cassell's teammates are trying to calm him down. And Dick Bavetta comes over to tell us double personal and double technicals called on Ainge and Cassell.
Well, look at the right side of your screen down on the bottom over there, over on the right. Both Danny Ainge and Sam Cassell, the rookie, getting all tied up there, and they start shoving away. First, Dick Bavetta, I thought, was going to call just a double foul, and as he turned to go to the scorer's table, referee Billy Oates saw more talking and more motions for going together and decided to call the double technical.
Both teams are expecting a much more physical contest tomorrow night, ignited by last night's incident in the fourth quarter in which Scottie Pippen took down Bill Laimbeer. After that play, Michael Jordan said that Bill Laimbeer told him that he would break his neck. Of course, all of that is rhetoric. But if the Pistons win tomorrow night, that would break Chicago's back, while the victory by the Bulls would have the Pistons looking over their shoulders.
Scott takes it down. Here's Jones. Fouled by Oakley. Basket won't count.
Trying to make that pass on the run and leaving his feet, and then a hard foul by Charles Oakley to send Eddie Jones to the line.
Oakley, Allen Houston, Larry Johnson starts, and Oakley gets into it with Sabalos, but away from the official site. Here's Starks, Johnson, and O'Neal. Jump ball call.
Oh, wow.
Wow, Joe Crawford called a jump ball.
He swallowed him.
And spit him back out. Oh, take a look at this one.
Larry Johnson goes into Shaq to get the foul, and that's why they didn't give it to him, because he wasn't looking to score. He was just looking to get fouled, and he did. But he didn't get it because of that.
Larry Johnson picks up the technical. He's having a forgettable third quarter.
Yeah, he is.
L'équipe aussi, et à la limite, amener l'équipe à son équipe. C'est ça le vrai travail d'un champion, nous disait Jabbar.
Vous les voyez champions, vous, Orlando, un jour, de toute façon?
Oui, je dirais dans 3 ans. Ils peuvent aller en finale de conférence cette saison, finale NBA la saison prochaine et champion l'année après. Je crois que Brian Hill aimerait bien ce scénario-là. Voilà un autre homme qui sera décisif dans ce plan-là, Anthony Hardaway.
Derek Harper à 3 points.
Pass into the Shaq. Foul basket count. Oh, look out. Oh, Shaq had to dive over some customers. He landed head first on the cement, and they got to get to him in a hurry. Fisher's down there with him.
He dove headfirst to avoid landing on those ladies down there in the front row. And listen to this ovation. That's scary.
Chick, those ladies don't know how lucky they are that Shaq is athletic, because that's 340 pounds coming at you. If that lands directly on you, you're out of here, baby.
But he made the leap to get over them, too.
Purposely.
That's what I'm telling you about his footwork this year. It's so incredible. Now, he'll go to the line and try to complete a three-point play. The Lakers lead for the first time tonight.
Claxton fighting a double team. Jackson weaves through traffic and misses. Rose with a foul.
Steven Jackson playing a wild and erratic game. Tim Duncan's not getting enough touches. Now they're going to take Tim Duncan out.
Kenya Martin talking with Dan Crawford. Martin was trying to take the ball away from Rose after the foul was called, and Rose held the ball away from him. And you'll see right here, the foul was called, and then Kenyon says, I'll take that. And Malik said, no, you're not going to take that.
Rasheed Wallace just 1 of 6 from the field. And a hard foul set by Garnett. The pick knocking down Hunter. And Garnett picks up his third.
Oh, what Kevin Garnett is trying to do is get Lindsey Hunter off of the body of Eddie House. Certainly an offensive foul, but trying to do the right thing as a big man. Ball, get out of my way. The same offense that KG talked about in Game 7.
And Hamilton whacks Kevin Garnett. That's going to be Hamilton's 4th foul. Mark Wunderlich may have a different call. They're going to check. Nope, it's against Hamilton. Trying to fight through a screen. Brought up his right arm and hit Garnett in the face. Well, whoa. That's almost like throwing an L. That's close.
Not almost like it. That is. That's a dirty play by Rip Hamilton. Give Kevin Garnett credit. Said, Mr. Referee, you take care of it.
Hamilton is not that kind of player, but
KG coming down the lane. A little extra something on that foul, playoff foul, I guess you'd call it, by Horford. KG slow to get up.
Horford has been doing all of this stuff for their team.
I mean, it's a foul, but it wasn't a particularly...
It's a borderline flagrant, all right? And he just pulled it away about a half a count before it was a flagrant. All right, they're going to call it a flagrant.
Yep, they are.
But he's the guy that's been rocking and socking people and getting away with it. And he hit him in the head.
Yeah, he did.
That's an automatic.
Johnson. And a blocking foul is called. Let's take a look. We got a technical foul, I believe, called on Kevin Garnett. There's Danny's reaction.
This is. Couldn't see where Pierce was, if he was in the paint, the circle or not. And that's what they're saying. Pierce was in the circle. So if he was...
He picks it up. Here comes Robinson on the roll. 3-on-1. Alley-up to Curry. Nate Robinson made that play by accelerating and getting the open look.
Well, he has the intensity and the energy to get to spots. And he made a...
Come to the gym.
Oh, yeah, come to the gym. Always. This is the gym. If you lose sight as he does the
Corver taking a kick in the head.
So Curry off to another good start. Korver apparently okay. Whacked on the monitor. Give Nate Robinson some credit. Here's Smith, the official, ready to fall down, knock down the monitor.
Man. You all shook up, ready to grab people.
Trying to hold him.
And Blackman with a semi-chokehold, unable to stop him from making the shot.
And it's been called a flagrant foul.
With a look at it now. Orlando, fine gentleman that he is, I'm sure didn't mean to commit a flagrant, but boy, it sure looked rough for Robinson.
Orlando was go up against Akeem Olajuwon upon occasion against Shaquille O'Neal. It's kind of a change-up defense. Oh, Mason and Houston in a collision, and Mason just dispatched Houston.
Well, Mason gave Houston an unnecessary elbow. Houston was just there.
Foul was called on Houston, and Mason to the line.
Take a look at Mason now. Driving, gets around Oakley inside. And Mason delivers some of his Bush League follow-ups that he'll do many times. Correct rhythm, you got to pound the guy a little bit.
Now Mason is playing Johnson aggressively, and a foul. Pushing and shoving between the two.
Mason doesn't like the fact that Larry Johnson's been doing as well as he's been doing, and he's going into phase 2 of his style of play.
Stockton slowed down to draw the foul. He did not like that hard foul by Charlie Ward. Ward got a hand in his... And a bit too physical. Oh, in Houston, and Morris having words. And how rare it is to see Allen Houston get involved. With the drop step coming up short. And Stockton took a shot to the side of the head. 22nd timeout has been called. And he's drawn blood.
Ewing on that miss. Stockton gets hit by Charles Oakley. Charles, with his very active hands, clipped him.
And we mentioned earlier that there was an incident on the Utah Jazz bench between Greg Morris and head coach Jerry Sloan, something that has occurred on several occasions.
But missing in the first matchup was another player the Knicks would make Boyle.
You don't want no part. You don't want none of this. All right? You don't want none of this. You don't want none of this. Forget about the game. We forget about the game.
I don't know if I'd make Glenn Rice mad.
I don't think I would either.
That young fella may not do that again. He may not provoke me like that again.
The Knicks should hope not. In Rice's rage, he became the only player other than Jordan to top 30 twice against New York this season. And the Hornets are the only Eastern team to win the season series and only team in the NBA to beat the Knicks 3 times. Many think the Knicks dug their own hole by way of the LJ trade, although some don't want to discuss it.
I can't hear y'all because I got my headphones on, but I'm pretty sure y'all can hear me. Leave me the alone.
Now hear this.
And the Spurs get together. Steve Smith and Chuck Person get together. And Chuck Person goes into one of his best fadeaway acts, saying that he fouled me, and Smith is saying he fouled me. And they went at it. And Steve Smith, one of the great talkers, and Person.
Malone putting the move on Jackson. Nice feed. Terry Catledge able to hit, and Jackson is shaken up.
As he went down on that play, I don't know exactly how it happened. You can see the pain. Malone in a very determined drive, lost his balance, got rid of the ball at the end of the move, though.
Catledge bothered recently by a injured right hand. In fact, 0 for 6 from the field in the Bullets' last game against the LA Clippers, and went scoreless in 14 from three-point range. And now words between Ewing, who's pointing at John Williams. Coulter looks to break it up.
It's been coming, Marv. Saw that several minutes ago.
Ewing on a loose ball foul. Yes, you mentioned it earlier, focusing in on the fact that Ewing was annoyed with John Williams and Charles Jones, who are forced to play him over aggressively because they give away several inches.
See Ewing pushing him there. Just a reminder that he has felt his body on him enough and doesn't want to feel it quite that way anymore. From Williams' perspective, though, he's got to play overly aggressive to deal with Patrick Ewing.
And a technical foul called on Ewing.
That might have come from the pointing. There's an outward display of intimidation by Patrick.
Rick Pitino questioning it, as is Patrick Ewing. Mallory hits the technical. And the Bullets lead by 4, 113-109 with...
It's in the good fight, no finish. Coleman a double-double with his 10th board. And as we emerge here on... Whoa, look at Coleman and Williamson. Wow! Right in front of us. DC is just unloading on Williamson. And this is a mob scene here in Sacramento. Derek Coleman and Williamson glaring at each other earlier. And now it all breaks loose. You could see it brewing. And now it bubbles over. Well, they are gone for sure. And certainly for more games than just tonight. Coleman being escorted off.
We can find him. There's Derek Coleman. Let's see what happens here. Looked like Williamson was trying to reach in and deflect the pass, and I don't know what happened after that, but Williamson charges Derek Coleman. Threw a forearm shiver at him. It glanced off Derek's head, but then a couple punches landed, no question about. Boom, there's one by Derek. There's my partner bailing out of the way.
Hey, a couple of heavyweights right there.
Oh, you aren't kidding. That was a good decision on your part.
Unless I'm reffing it, I'm watching
You don't want to ref that one either.
I don't need a good seat for that.
No.
So now, in an 87-81 game with 6:02 to...
Yeah, crowd thinks this is Starcade 97 here.
Alone, that's that shot he's hit for so many years. Didn't do it that time. Shaq kind of roughed up Bosco and commits a foul. That was kind of a frustration foul, wasn't it?
I see the sheriff getting him out and got to the rebound, and you know, I guess Shaq made up his mind he wanted it, and once he didn't get it, he tried to take some of Jake Bosco's head along with him.
You got Jack Man. 10 on the shot clock. Here's Devin George with the 2. Rebound Bosco. He goes up and ripped it away from Malone.
Jake did and was effective. On this end, the rebound by Jake. Sean didn't take it to Shaq. He tried to shoot.
Drexler back. Corbin misses the layup. Brown blocked by Williams. And a jump ball. And that's been another story. The Blazers' ability to block close-in shots all night. They've had 8 or 9.
With aggressive, swarming defense just coming through for the Portland Trail Blazers. Mike Brown had a layup out of nowhere. I think it was either Cliff Robinson or Curry coming to block it. Here it is here.
Well, you see them tie up right at the end. Mike Brown comes in and they rip the ball away. And they'll get a jump ball.
This is badly from three-point range. Nothing will go down. Kendall Gill missed the lay-in down there. He steals it from Avent. Now the foul, and look out.
Look out is right.
Giles and Gill.
This is going to be interesting what they do here right now. Avent had possession of that ball, lost the ball,
As Gill was going, he got fouled hard, which you should expect in a game like this. You know that you're going to go to the foul line and shoot two. Now, it's going to be interesting to see what they say, what the call is going to be.
The officials tonight, Darryl Garrettson, Ron Elysiak, and David Jones.
Well, Elysiak has the call.
The foul is on Avon. And the technical foul is on Kendall Gill.
Now you're going to see they strip right here, and as they move on the baseline, strong foul right there. All right, now, Gill, I see today you got to be really careful so that you don't get thrown out of the game because it is so costly today.
Skiles, by the way, sunk the technical free throw. 54-23 Orlando with 6:20 to go. David Jones, Elysiak talking about
The Blazer defense has been brilliant here in the fourth. Scottie Pippen draws the foul, and Pippen hurt as he falls down. A little further out than perhaps he thought when he attempted the dunk, and went down very hard, and he is obviously shaken up.
Well, Scottie momentarily waiting for the play to develop. A little cross screen. Steve Smith trying to free up Rasheed Wallace. Coming to the left block. The play was slow in developing, and Scottie Pippen saw an opening, but you're right, Mike. He left too early, the launching pad right around that dotted line, and couldn't get all the way to the basket.
The officials were discussing whether or not it should be a flagrant foul as Pippen gets up. Mike Mathis chatting with Mike Dunleavy. We're going to have
Rivers with a strong move. It won't go. Ewing. No basket. No basket. Loose ball foul called to the Knicks. And a technical foul called. Patrick Ewing is livid. And Pat Riley is now giving it to him. No caption needed for those comments.
Hard screen, and Doc Rivers is in the middle, and the call is Ewing with the push. It was ever so gentle, but it was awfully obvious as he throws it down. He does not, and I mean, he is not happy with the call, and Steve Gabby has one of the quickest keys in the NBA, wastes no time in letting Ewing know he's right on the line.